Good evening folks, and welcome to another video. And tonight I'm going to be servicing, overhauling, going through, whatever you want to call it, my Sony TC377 reel-to-reel or open reel tape recorder, depending on what you want to call it. Anyway, we'll start off by taking the tape off. We'll get the reels out of the way. They're out of the way. There we go. Basically, what the issue is, it starts off a bit sluggish. So I've got a feeling it's probably just belts. So I'm gonna investigate. And this reel here, this table here, the the supply table and rewind table, it squeals. So we're gonna look into that as well. And you know, just see where we go with it. Anyway, we'll start off. We've got the head cover removed. Put that on top of that. I've got my amp behind here, my NAD amplifier. That's here behind here, ready to be. I've got. Look at that, a 5-pin DIN. I've got a 5-pin DIN ready to plug into the tape recorder for testing it when we're done. Anyway, basically I'm going to be taking this apart, and I'm hoping I'm going to be able to leave the knobs on because they're not the originals. When I bought this machine, I mean, some people are going to say, oh, you haven't got the original knobs. Who gives a fuck if I've not got the original knobs? Knobs have got still turn. There we go, look at that. And this tape recorder is actually in quite good condition. These knobs here were all missing. Don't ask me why. And even the tape counter's missing. And the trim's coming off. But anyway, and somebody I think has super glued the pause lever control on because I can't get that off no matter what I do. I can't get that off. Anyway, what we're going to do here, folks, I'm going to whip the screws out. I'm going to pull the screws out, get the case off, get it out of its case, and we'll take it from there. And there's only 4 screws. Well, I'll say 4. 4 to remove the main unit, and then obviously I've got to pull the knob off and take. There's what a screw missing from here, so 3 screws out of the front. So what we'll do, we'll get on with getting it apart. Right, we've got the case off. Now let's have a look at what could be causing the problem. We know there's no tape counter, so we can have a good look. What I've had to do, I've had to put a torch under the mechanism. Just to hold it really, so we can have a good look at it. Right, see, I don't want to, that'll do. Right, let's get the other torch, just to be safe. I don't want it falling. That'll be alright, that'll be alright. Anyway, shift the soldering iron lead out of the way, if I can. Right, well what we've got here is the Sony. Let me just turn the backlight on for the camera. Does that make a difference? It does actually. Right. Now, basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to take out what I can and clean, and really, you know, it's not in bad nick, this tape recorder. The belts feel pretty tight. Doesn't feel like anything's loose. There's the motor there. This has got a broken vane on one of its fan blades. One of the blades is broke. I've had to glue it back on. There was another thing that was wrong with it when I got it. So what I've noticed is a lot of these rubbers here, they've actually got a shiny surface on them. Well, I've got some stuff which is called Rubber Renew, and basically I'm going to get a cloth and what we'll do, we'll clean all the surfaces with Rubber Renew. Right, this is Rubber Renew and this is absolutely lethal. And I only really use this for special jobs, and you've got to be careful not to get it on anything plastic, especially records. Don't get Rubber Renew anywhere you don't want it. So what I'm going to do, there's actually not a lot in here. There's not a lot in here that needs it, and to be perfectly honest with you, you know, all I've got to do really, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the tyres off these idlers here and clean them, and take these belts off and clean them, and I'm going to clean the tables, and I'm going to put a bit of grease in there because obviously that one's noisy, and I'm going to check the back tension. Don't ask how I'm going to check that, I don't know because I ain't got a back tension checker, but I'm gonna service it. I'm gonna service it to the best of my ability with the tools that I've got to hand, and I'll give you a quote. I'll zoom in a bit on the tape recorder so you can see a bit more of it. There we go. And so really, it's just a service. Really, I mean, all these rubber parts here, they're all in good condition. I mean, considering that they're all the belts might not be ancient, but I don't think them rubber idler tyres, and because they're actually on plastic, on nylon, because they're actually on nylon pulleys, they will actually come off, and they'll clean up. And there's no need to use sandpaper on these, as some people do. Don't, because you're wearing them down. You don't use sandpaper unless you absolutely have to. On these, I think these are just to the point where Rubber Renew will do the job. Because what this does, it gets into the rubber. It gets into the rubber and it rejuvenates. It rejuvenates the rubber, and as long as the rubber's not too far gone. I tried it on a turntable mat, but it was obviously too far gone. But what I'm going to do, I'll get the rubber parts off and then I'll show you what we're going to do. Right, we're back. So I've got this one off here. I've got these two rubber tyres off, and the other problem I've got, which I was hoping to avoid, but I don't want to take all this lot out here. So I'm going to try and clean this belt in situ. So I'm going to clean that one in situ because I don't fancy taking this block off and fucking about, unless of course I absolutely have to, and there's no reason really. There's no reason at all for me to take that off because there's nothing down there that needs to be done. But because the machine all works apart from that. So what we'll do, we'll get the Rubber Renew, and basically you just put a bit of the Rubber Renew on a cloth and then put the top back on, because I'll tell you, I kid you not folks, this stuff stinks. And what we'll do, these idler wheels, tyres are the same diameter, so it doesn't matter. And look at that already. See, what this does, it'll clean all the crap off. And it's easier to leave that on there a minute. And it's easier doing it off the machine than it is doing it on the machine. And always wash your hands after using this stuff. And don't put your hands anywhere near your fucking gob. So you look at that, you get 2 cleanings out of 1 application. You have to. This stuff is £11 a bottle. I just noticed a crack in that idler there. No, it's rubbery new. When I hadn't dried, I thought it was a crack in it then. But that's all you do. Right. See if we can get the belt out of this one as well. So basically the belt, you just there we go. And there's the belt. Got that shit. Them 2 stripes there are off the belt. The rest of it's off those 2 idlers. And now, what I'm going to do is get a clean part of the cloth and just polish them up now. Just, oh, they feel really grippy. Wow. It's amazing the change that you feel. I mean, that is really grippy than what it was before. Right, so that one's done. And remember, this machine was running very sluggish on first start up. I mean, I'm not saying that this is causing the problem, but I think it is. There we go. And I think these are 2 different sizes as well. Slightly. Yeah. Slightly, I think. It could be the same diameter, I don't know. But anyway, we'll put them back on in a minute. Just give the inside of the pulley a bit of a clean. There we go. Look at that. Shit from the inside of the pulley. So it just shows you, doesn't it? Clean inside of the pulley. There we go, a bit more on that one. Bit like miniature skid marks, although I know nothing about that because I wipe my arse properly. There we go. Let's give it one more round this side. So if you're going to do the job, do it properly. If not, don't bother. I mean, really, I should take that plate off and everything, but I might. When I download the service, there we go. When I download the service manual, and I know it all goes back together without fucking it up, then I will. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this belt back on here. I'm going to start putting this back together here, because I've got that belt there to clean. And then all we do is just get that behind there. Hook it onto the idler, and then all we do is we just flip it behind the idler, and that should have dropped to where it needs to be. It's perfect. Now I think these are different diameters, but because I think these are different sizes. And all we do is we put this back onto there the way it came off. There we are. If they are different sizes, it's just a matter of swapping them back. There we are, and that's lost its glossiness look. It's not got a shine on it now, so you don't need to sand them. Rubbery nude, I'll soon know if there's wrong anyway, because there we go. No, they're right. They're probably the same size. It's probably just my fucking head. There we go. Push that. Get that in so we. Well, it could be the wrong size. No, that's it. Could be a different size because that feels. Oh no, we're in. Let's see. Because we don't want any bumps or lumps in them, do we? Now that should now be. And what I'll do for the last belt, well, in fact, what I'm actually better doing, what I think I'm better doing is, fucking should have done in the first place. What I'm actually better doing is putting the belt. Because I can't get this belt off without stripping the whole fucking mech. And that'll be better just doing that. Just put it on there and pull it through. There we go. Now, and I just hope that that belt hasn't come off the pulley that it's supposed to sit on that capstan flywheel. Get that through there. Turn that round. Get it through there. Are we where we want to be? We are there. And I can't tell down there. Can't tell because I've not got a torch. And I know you're all thinking, well, he's propping it up with one. Yeah, the issue to that is I've got no batteries in it. So I'm hoping that. Oh, hang on. Where's that HTC phone? See if this has still got a bit of charge left in his battery. Yeah, because this has got a torch on it. I'm sending this phone to my friend Tyrone because he's in need of a phone. So I'm sending this down to him. Just wait for it to boot up because that won't shine down there, but it has got a good torch on this. And it's got a SIM card in as well. So it shouldn't give me any daft messages like whatever the phones give you. Right. Oh no, no, it's saying no SIM. There's a SIM card in this. Sure there was one in it. Oh no, there's not. Hang on. Where's the torch? There it is. Flashlight. There we go. Got to make sure that we're on there properly. Yeah. I think we are, because I don't think there's any way I can come off there, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah, we are. We're on there correctly. Now, turn that phone off. Power off. Put it back in the drawer. Now, let's see. Yeah, that belt does feel a bit sloppy, but let's put the torch under there. Right, let's turn it round so you can all see it. Now you don't know how sloppy, you lot don't know how crappy this was. So all I can do really is explain. But it was pretty sluggish. It was alright once it got going, but it was pretty sluggish. Alright. But now to work out which way my fucking knob goes in, won't it? Goes in that way. Which goes in that way. It's just put my knob back in. Oh fuck. Just put my knob in. Oh, that goes in that hole there. Goes in that hole. It's a fucking hole that goes in. There we go. It's supposed to fucking just push into that fucking hole, but there we go. Supposed to and fucking doing so is another fucking matter for this, isn't it? There we go. Let's put the mechanism there. Right. And I need to be careful because there's fuses here. I don't know what them fuses do, and I don't want to put my hand anywhere near this where there's any 240 volts, because in all honesty I don't fancy getting a shock. But we'll put the power in. I will hold it. I will now. We should be lit up. We are. View me. Just what I'll do now. I will now thread the tape, or attempt to. Turn that so it locks the spool on. And this is fucking tricky when you're not looking directly at the front of the machine. Well, the motor's running. Well, that'll put the fucking take-up spool on, won't it? They named a place after me, named a town after me. They named a town after me. So, well, I've not fucking threaded that right. And a fucking right ash over that out of that, didn't I? I threaded the fucker wrong, there we go. They named a town after me. It's called Dunstable. There we go. Right. We are threaded. And that way should we play. Stop that again. We'll put the amp on in a minute. Well, that seems a lot fucking faster. Right. Turn it off for a minute. See if the wires will reach from the back of the amp to the 5-pin socket. There we go. We're in. Turn the amp on. Right, I've got my graphic equaliser in here as well. Right. Hang on. Bit of power might be nice, wouldn't it? You'll hear me talking on here as well. You're listening to Andy on the Wall. This is the magic of the 50s. And who we got up next? Dance to the Bop. Dean Linton. Yeah, let's have a go at that one. This is Dean Linton.
Well, there's a little juke joint on the outside of town where the cats pick 'em up and they
Stop. Whoops.
get together and have.
That motor constantly running? Yeah. It'd have stopped by now, wouldn't it? So play.
Dance a little bit to the bop.
It still seems a bit sluggish, but oh, I'll tell you what I didn't do. Didn't clean the pinch roller. Let's just re-unthread the tape. Right. It's that fucking that belt there. That belt there slipping, look at that. Press that there. Yeah, it's that belt. So I'm gonna have to order one of those in because I haven't got one. I'm gonna have to order one of those in. It's that belt that needs replacing, possibly this one as well. So I'll have to order some new belts. I thought I could have got away with cleaning it, but obviously not. Let's just take the reel off a minute. Oops. Let's just put that. So I'm going to have to order the belts. So, right, I wanted to clean the pinch roller, didn't I? So, let's see if I can. There we go. Whoops. Pinch roller. Let's turn the plug off a minute. There we go. Oh, hang on, it pulls out. I can get me finger. Oh, I can get me hand on that now. There we go. Clean all that fucking oxide off it. There you go, all the oxide off, and look at that, looks like sort of brown shite. And that's clean, that. Right, that's all nice and clean. So basically I've got to replace that belt. And I know I haven't got one. I know I haven't got one that size. I'll tell you that now. Let's unplug this a minute. I haven't got a belt that size to do. I haven't got a belt to do that. I mean, definitely not. So I'll have to order the belt. I thought I could have got away with it, to be honest. You know, let's just unplug the. I thought, to be honest with you folks, I could have got away with that and cleaned the belt, but all the other rubber parts are okay. Just, I mean, everything else is okay. It's just that one belt. Fuck's sake, that's it. I mean, everything else is okay. I've got to take the spools off here. I've got to lubricate these, which is a simple job, which I'm going to do now. But that belt feels pretty tight, you know, but obviously, you know, once that motor starts going, you know, you can... It doesn't even feel like it's slipping, that, you know. Let me just plug the power back in. That doesn't even feel like it's slipping. I know it is. But I know it is. Let's turn the amp down. There we go. Right. What I'm doing, I'm going to try and get another clean while it's running. I mean it is full of shit, so, and that belt doesn't feel that loose. I mean, I will order one obviously, but see, now it's all back together. Right, so let's flip that micro switch. Put my finger on there. Oh, there's a load of crap coming off this belt now. Clean that one while it's on. Can't get any pressure on that. Give those two rollers there a bit extra. Now I've got it on. That's that one. That needs doing. Alright, give it all a dry off. Look at the shit that comes off these. There we go. Look at the shit that comes off them. There we go. Give the belt to dry. Right, get it on there. There we go. Right. Let's stick the tape back on again, see if it makes it jump to life any quicker. I will get the belts ordered. If I can find them cheap enough, I'll do it tonight. If they still make the belts for these. Be careful where I'm putting my fucking fingers and all. I mean, when all said and done, I gave 40 quid for this. And to be honest, I don't think that was a bad deal. You know, I think it was a pretty good. I think it was a pretty good deal for what I got. Well, the fucking, why has it gone untwisted there? I hate it when it does that. Just flatten that out. There we go. Come here, you fucking lousy bastard. There we go. But I'm not going to plug it into the amp. I'll know if it's right. Well, that's whizzing away, but it's still. So I'll press that in there, that belt there with my finger. Stop that there. Actually, that's not too bad. Let's connect it back to the amp if the wire will reach. I'll tell you what, that fucking 5-pin lead is longer than I thought it was. The only embarrassing factor of this is you hear me talking because let's wind the tape on a bit. Yes. Let's wind it on a bit. Let it slow down. Stop that. Stop the pinch roller. I mean, there's a fucking. I mean, what drives that pinch roller? There's another idler under there. I didn't see that bastard. There is, look. Yeah, there is. There's another idler there. Drives that. No, I didn't see you, you fucker. Come here. I didn't see him. No, I didn't see him. Didn't fucking see him down there. And he's got a shine on him. Might not be able to get my fingers in there. Didn't fucking see him down there. Right, this could be some challenge, folks. getting down there. I'm going to have to get into it somehow. Well, that feels like, well, there's a load of shit come off that anyway. Look at that. That's just that one idler. A load of crap come off that one idler. And the shine seems to have gone off it now. But it's getting down there to clean that one. It's a bit of a nuisance. But we're on it. We're on it. See. Right, see if that makes any difference.
A song comes single like me and you. I dance.
Stop that.
Rock a little dance all night and dance a little.
That's running faster. I might have to take it apart to get that better. Feels better. Let's give it one more clean. It feels better. Still got loads of shit coming off that. That needs sorting. That needs sorting. Need to sort that out. That will spin the way I want it to on rewind. That's very, very slippery now because
you got what it takes to satisfy.
so it's that idler down there, that's the issue. Let's rewind the tape. I'll be back in a minute, folks. Right, what I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to I've got no choice really. I'm going to have to remove, let's turn this off. I'm going to have to remove the plate here, but I'm hoping I can do it in one go. I'd like to get the manual, but I'm going to have to remove the plate. You know, right, which I believe from watching other videos just lifts off. I've got to re-glue that fan blade because it fell over before and broke. So there we go. Now let's see. See, I want to just take it out. You always get them now that don't want to fucking come out. You put the fucking things in that tight. Oh, you put them in that fucking tight. You can't get the fucking screws out of them. It's a fucking service. Why do they have to do that? Right. Oops. Let's get this. Getting that belt out, that's no problem there. Well, we've got that out. Let's get the capstan out because we'll give that a fucking good cooking. That's full of shit, that. Look at that. Yeah, it needs a good clean. Needs a clean. And there's that fucking idler, that tricky fucking idler. Right, oh for God's sake. Right. See, what I needed was that off there and I can't get the fucking screw out. Let's try again. Oh, it's just bending, it's just bent the bastard. Not gonna get that out. It's just bending the fucking thing. Right, so what I'll have to do, but I need that idler out because I want to get a good fucking clean. I mean, I can fucking get in there. I can get in there. Where's my little fucking screwdriver? With a little screwdriver on it, I'll probably be able to get in. See, I can get in. There we go. Make sure I don't lose the clip. Got it. Check for any washers that might be on there. Nope. There's fucking something in the middle there to see if a washer or a bearing. really cleaning. And that actually, there's a rubber fucking seal down there as well, which is fucking disintegrated. Now that's got a lovely shine on it and it's gone hard. So basically, that needed to come out. And I might have to resort to fucking what do you call in this one? Sanding it. Because it's fucking rock hard. But we'll see. I'm going to polish the idler, folks, and then make a brew. I'll be back. Yeah, I'm going to have to order a new idler, folks. This one's got cracks and stuff in it. So that's where the problem is. So I'm gonna open it. Folks, it's not as bad as I thought it was. I've managed to recover the idler. It has got a few cracks in the side, but they're only skin deep really. I mean, we'll need a new one further down the road obviously, but for now I've managed to get the shine off it. I've had to put it in the drill and give it a quick sand. I mean, you're not supposed to do that, and I did say when I first started the video, don't sand them, but sometimes you have no choice, and that's got a bit of extra life out of that one. So what I need to do now really is just basically clean it's basically just clean really, get the crap out of everything, you know. In fact, what I'll do, I'll put the fucking idler back in before that. Right. Now, so goes that way, and it has the insert there. It used to have a rubber ring in there, but that's long disintegrated. It has a rubber, it has the, now I can do about the O-ring being missing. Just wish there was. Now that little thing that was there, the little white thing's disappeared and all. It's fell off my finger. Where have you gone, you fucker? Now that could be fucking anywhere. I'm hoping it's dropped through the mechanism, but it hasn't. Just have a look. Just hold that there. I know the wheels come off again. Let's turn it off anyway. Let's just see. No, don't know where that fucker's gone. It's gone in there somewhere. Oh, fuck's sake. Why is it? Let's just pull it there a minute, just have a feel around here just in case it's rolled off. No, it can't have done. It's inside here somewhere. By now it could be on the fucking floor. But let's just... Oops. No. Let's clear that crap out off the bottom there anyway. Well, I've got my fingers accessible. There we go. Right. Well, put that there so I can see what I'm doing with it. Right. Don't know where the little fucking white ring's gone. Put that on. Put the idler on. There we go. Put the other washer, at least that one on. So it's got to be replaced further down the road, that one anyway. So there's my little screwdriver. Be a little bit of movement in there, there's fuck all I can do about that. This is going to be fucking difficult. In fact, actually, it's the fucking wrong way around. It's the wrong way around. That went that fucking way. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that went that way. Had the fucking idler on all the way around. Dopey bastard. Right. This is going to be fucking tricky. This is going to be a fucking tricky operation. Get in. On the top. Gotcha. You're fucking on. Thank fuck for that. Not a great deal of movement in that. I think that'd be okay. Right. What do we want to look at next? Oh. Next we'll look at putting the fucking thing back together, don't we? Right, so we've got to put a bit of... put the capstan... There's the capstan belt. Put the capstan belt. Or supply belt, whatever you want to call it. Put the fucker on. Put that in. Where it normally lives, and that's right. That was in the wrong place, but it's just made itself in the right place. Now this is going to be some fucking fun, isn't it? This is going to be some fucking fun. Alright. Fucking belts come off again. There's my pliers. Yeah. Does that go on the top or the fucking bottom? I don't fucking know, I can't remember. I don't know if it goes on the top or the fucking bottom. But having said that, having said that, yeah. Has that gone into fucking place that easily? But I doubt it. Oh, there's no way that's been that fucking easy. Never is for me. Is that fucking... I don't know whether that went in the top or the fucking bottom. That bar. Oh. That's a long way. Right, had this fucking in place before, it's jumped out. Come on, you can't get in. That's it. Let's put a couple of screws in it. See, I'm one of these who believes in the philosophy, put a couple of fucking screws in. Not all of them. That way, if there's a fucking problem, you don't have as many to take out. Put my knob on. Alright, let's lift it back up. Get here, you. Come on, get in, you cunt. You fucking winning before. That's it. Right. Just check everything moves. Right. The motor doesn't, because that's come out of there. It will now. Yep. 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 What the fucking hell was that? Rewind. I've got to do that yet, that noisy rewind. Right, let's see. Oh. There we go. Then I might just need lubricating. Right, so it's... Well, that's a lot better. Oh, hang on. That's just for the recorder. Oh. Can't tell if it's on record. Not move any further over. I think that's right. Right, so basically, let's put the tape back on and see if there's any difference. See if it makes a difference. I'm not going to connect it to the amp. I'll know by the fucking movement of it. Right. Why does it fucking have to fucking... Oh, I fucking hate these tapes sometimes. I mean, you just want... Well, it would help if the tape was on the fucking reel properly, wouldn't it? Would help if it was on the table. Oh, it's not even on the fucking table, that fucking... Get it on. It's not even on the fucking table, that. That's it. There we are. Right. That's it. Right. Stop that. Much better. Let's plug that into the amp. I know I could tell that was much better. Turn that so the tape can't come off. There we go. You probably hear me talking again, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. At least you can't copyright my voice. Here we go. Pretender. You're listening to Andy on the Wireless, and this is the magic of the 50s. There we are. That makes a noise. I'm not sure as to why. It might need lubricating. But watch this now, look, folks. And who we got up next? Instant. Dance to the bop. Hold on. This is G. Vincent. Well, there's a little juke joint on the... Fast forward, rewind, sorry. Because I remember on rewind last time it was very sort of skittish, wasn't it? Didn't want to do it really. So what we'll do, we'll rewind We'll fast forward a bit first. But remember, it's going to be noisy. I'm going to re-lubricate this table. I'm going to do this. Now rewind. Look at that now instantly. Play. There we go. Right, I'm going to put you on pause. I need a brew. Be back soon. Right. Right. Well, we're what a good way into this side of the tape now. So let's try it again from cold. I thought that belt was knackered. Obviously, it's not. It was that idler. So now, if we go into play straight away. Put it into fast forward. I've still got to do that. Still got to do that. Remember, I've got to do lubricate that. I'll do that in a minute. And rewind. Straight away. Right, what we're going to do now is turn it off. I've got a fresh cup of coffee as well, so don't think things are getting falling apart here. We're all sorted. Right, move the rubber renew. Show the we don't need that now, so that can be put away in a few minutes. Right, take the tapes off, or the tape and the empty reel off, rather. Put that up there. Because I also think the back tensioning needs adjusting on this as well, because it sounds a bit crap on 3 1/4 speed, and it shouldn't do really. It should sound okay. It's perfectly adequate for music. I need to glue that vein back on there as well. It's broke off, that blade. I need to glue that back on. It's here somewhere. It better be. I need to make sure I don't lose that. That'll need to be refitted. I know that's here somewhere. If it's not here, it's on the floor, it'll turn up. Either that or it's a new fan, I think. Now, what we need to do next is take the, let's put the old Buddy Ollies back on again. And the best way I found of taking this apart is dealing with this, is take the clip off the back. It's probably not the way, but it's the way I found to do it. So if I lie this unit flat, there we go. It's the way I found to do it, so that's, you know, because they're only clipped on these clips that you pull off, as you know. Sure don't lose any of the bits off the back. There's a few washers and spacers. Now, there we go. This pulls out of there, and this comes off here, and I now need to balance that, because this needs to be lubricated. There should be some lubricant. It gives you a clue of where the manufacturer has actually lubricated it. Right, well that's definitely got to be lubricated there, because that's as dry. That's as dry. It's as dry as something that's dry. We'll give it a clean. Clean, there we go. So basically, I'll get my lubricants down now. It's just basically get me grease. If it isn't already down, no, it's up here. grease. Oh shit. Ah, I turned you lot back on. Yeah. Let's get me a grease brush. This is the grease brush that I have for applying grease. There we go, and that bang you heard then was me dropping the grease. There we go. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put a bit around this shaft here. You don't need a lot. And I'm going to then pop that back into place. Then I'm going to pop some around this shaft here, but only in the areas where it's currently had grease. And that's all that's causing that. It's just dry, that's all. Pop that into there. That's that. No, we're not. I don't think we're quite in there. We're not quite. Let's put the buddy ollies back on, have a look. I don't think we're quite in there. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. We're in. Yeah, we are. We're okay. There we go. And we have two spaces on the back of there. And luckily the grease hasn't all pushed through. So putting that grease on wasn't a waste of time. I mean, that grease has to be there. I'm not going to do the other side because it's awkward to get to and the other side isn't squeaking, so, and it's just this table that was dry. The other side's harder to get to. Now, let's lift this back up, see how easy that side. Oh no, I'll do that side as well, because I'll tell you why. Because I thought it was hard to get to, it's not. So, let's go ahead, eh folks? You know what they say. In for a penny, in for a quid. Lift the spacers off. And this has got a belt round it as well. Oh. Shouldn't be too much mither. There we go. Pull that out, and it's not as dry, but it's dry. So it's, oh. And there's also a spring in this side as well, and why do I get the feeling there should have been a spring in the other side? That nut I've just thrown there's not out of it, but I've got an idea where that's from. Now, so yep, what we'll do, yeah, I think there should have been a spring in the other side as well, but it appears to be missing. So put a bit of this on here. We only need a little bit. A little bit goes a long way, remember, folks. Let's dry my hands. hook the belt back on. That goes in that way, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Hang on. That's it. Right, put that there. Make sure we're still stable here. There we go. Let's give this a bit of a, making sure to keep away from the felt pad there, because obviously that's, so there we go. Just put it where it's needed. It doesn't have to go anywhere where it's not needed. Just where it needs to be. Put that in. There we go. Drop my screwdriver. There we go. Put that on to the top. Oh, the top one's come off. Get back on. Get on there, yeah. There we go. I'm pretty sure there should have been a spring in there, in that side like there is in this one, but it's not there, so, and I don't have a replacement. I'll have a look in my springs actually, because I might have one, but what I'll do, I'll double check with the manual. Get on there, you fucking lousy bastard. Get on. You can normally do these with your fucking fingers, but this one's being a bit of a fucking cunt. There we go. Are we on? Oh, fucking not on properly. Shite. Right, it's gone in under, it's half caught the spacer. You fucking lousy cunt. You know, just when you think you fucking got it sussed, only to find out that really you haven't. Now let's get this lined up. It's gone under the spacer again. Come here, cunt. The spacers are right. I know what it is, it's my fat fingers. There we go. There we go, we're there. Right. Right, that's that. I've got to find the end of that fucking fan. So I need to sort that out. Whoops, don't it falling again. Right, so let's get this to where we need it. Now, oh dear. Fucking hell, it's a nuisance, isn't it, folks? I mean, yeah. You'd think they'd make them. You'd think they'd be able to make them stand up. Well, at least we don't need any volume with this anyway. And you'll turn the amp off. Don't need the amp with this because we're just checking for tape run. That's all. We know it plays. Right, so let's thread the tape. Do you know when you're talking and you're doing the video, it takes twice as long to actually do the repair because you're talking and you're trying to... There we go. Oops. There we are. You're trying to think at the same time and do the job. And oops, might help if I thread the fucking tape through the fucking mechanism, mightn't it? Right, now fast forward. Well play. Well play starts up immediately. Fast forward. Take the buddy ollies off a minute. Well, instantly you can hear that's clear. Instantly you can hear that's fucking quieter. Yeah, it's a lot better. And that noise has stopped now and all. It had a funny noise when you fucking... It might have been the belt catching that actually. And because I've had the belt off again, it's now in the right... Now it's in its right place. So what I mean... So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to connect... Let's wind it on a bit. Let's fast forward it a bit. Ooh. Get that off the fan. Turn the amplificator back on. There we go. I'm actually quite happy with that, folks. It's oops. This tape's got a few bad spots because it's been on that gram deck. I shouldn't have really put these new tapes on the gram deck, but I did. Because these were brand new. This was a brand new tape. Alright.
Get it right.
Oh.
Straight down the middle, it went straight down the middle.
And that's obviously been Crosby, as you can hear. I'm going to clean the tape heads and stuff, but I also believe, let me just put it on.
Then it started to poke just a wee bit. That's when my caddy lost sight of it.
Go to a different song. I don't YouTube picking me up. It's fucking ridiculous, all this copyright crap.
In the locker room, when I'm in my glory, when wrapped in a towel, I say,
it went straight down the middle. Where it wended up is a riddle. Well, actually, it's where it wound up is a riddle. I got it wrong. But it went straight down the middle. By the way.
You send me, you don't live in a beautiful place. You don't dress with the best of taste. And it just...
I think the back tension could do with being... Oh. That was a bit of back pressure. Back tension could do done with being adjusted. But I'm going to try and get the manual. Now, I managed to get the manual for this amplifier very, very easily. See if I can get the manual for the tape deck even easier.
Talk to him, and if he tells you I'm untrue, then darling him.
Because when you record at 3 1/4 music, it sounds like shit. I mean, it won't sound as good as it does on maximum speed, but I have actually heard one that does sound good. It belongs to it's a lower model than this, but it's basically the same bloody machine to all intents and purposes. I think his is a 366, mine's a 377, and it's Alex on I think he's called Alex on Technology Connections. He's got one, and it sounds absolutely nice on 3 1/4, and mine doesn't. So, or is it? Yeah, 3 1/4, 3 1/2. Is it? Or no, 3 1/4, and mine doesn't. So that's why I'm looking at the back tension, because when I do record at 3 1/4 and I play it back and I pull the back and I slowly put a bit of tension on the spool, it does sound nicer. So I think that's why it needs the adjustment. So I'm going to have a look into that.
I was a fool.
But doesn't that sound not bad? And it doesn't make that noise now because obviously the belt was in the wrong place. And look at that. Straight away. So that's right. That's on the wrong setting.
She hold me close and kiss me, but her heart was full of lies, poor little fool.
Right. But to be honest with you, I'm actually what we'll do, we'll rewind the tape in a minute. But as you can see, that noise is all gone because it's all been lubricated. In case you're wondering why I do that, it's completely accidental. It does not. I don't have to do that to make it do anything. It's just me. Look. Play. Isn't that music brilliant, folks? Yeah, this tape's from one of my pirate radio programs I used to do. I decided to record it. We're slowing down a bit now, but then again we are getting to the end of the tape. Who is that? Oh, I know who that is. So we'll get to the end of the tape, and obviously, look, obviously it's there we go. I don't want it to come all the way off, and we're at the metal strip. No, we're not quite, are we? There we go. That's the end of the tape. So I'll put it on put it into rewind. And look at that. Is that idler going? No, that idler doesn't go in rewind. So why it was slowing down and fucking rewind, I don't know. I will order some new belts and stuff for it now. But as you can see, that's rewinding now with no problem whatsoever. There's no noises. That's all nice and quiet.
Just remember what I say. Trust in me while I'm away, for I'll be true.
There's our cliff. Anyway, folks, I'm going to leave it here for now. And I might call this part 1, I might call it part 2, I might just do it in a one part, I don't know. See what mood I'm in. But I'm going to pause it here because I want to pop on the net and look for the manual. I want to check all the adjustments before I put it together. And that way I know everything's right. So, you know, I'll turn all this, turn this amp and stuff off. Let's turn this off, there we go. And I can go and try and find the manual. And all I'm interested in really is this back tension, because I've got a feeling it's in the wrong place, and I think the spring needs moving up a notch or two to apply more back tension, because the back tension to me, I mean, you can get gauges, but if I can see one that's if I can look at the manual, it'll tell me where it should be. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. I'll be back and say, what am I saying thanks for watching for? I'm not going anywhere, I'm just going to get the manual. Be back in a minute. Hey folks, right, I've got the manual. You want to try that hi-fi engine, you know, I've already linked it, but I'll link it in the description with this as well. Finding manuals on it is dead easy. Anyway, just put that there for a minute. What I need to do now is put the old Buddy Ollies back on, and that back tension spring, I was right folks, it's not in the right position. That back tension spring has to be further forward, as I thought it did. I'm not sure which one it's supposed to be on because I can't really get a clear view, but I've got a feeling it's supposed to be on that one. Let's try it on that one. Right, I've got a feeling it's supposed to be there. Now, let's turn everything back on and see. Press play. I'll turn it to play rather.
And just remember, my true love is brighter than the moon above, for only you. And if this guy should try to say my...
Right, what I need to do, the real test, is to actually record something, isn't it? So, let me just get hooked up for recording. It shouldn't be difficult. Right, I'm recording something on the tape now, folks, and I wanted to go through the amp, and for some daft reason it won't let me do it, so I've had to plug the phone into the RCAs on here, and I'm getting a signal because the meters are going nuts. So we'll see. Yeah, oh, that's right over. We don't want that, do we? Want it to just about there, that'd be about right. Could even be a bit lower. Right. I haven't got the headphones in, so I can't listen to the signal coming off the tape. Anyway, I think we've got enough on there now, so what we'll do, we'll stop that. And we'll, oops, rewind that a little bit. That's what was on the tape before, so I've gone too far past it. That's not bad, that's actually an improvement. Because I won't let it play anymore, because obviously I'll get fucked for copyright. Anyway, that's actually an improvement, folks, because it sounded all muffled, and that didn't. You could hear the S's. They sort of like had a lisp. It sort of like had a lisp. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go and have another private listen. I'll be back in a minute. Right.
That charge is through right, like an orange bolt of lightning, passing everything in sight. I'm the best pal that you boys ever had. I'm thunder on the highway, looking bad, bad, bad. I'm mine, like the kind that's shining on.
Now that's not too bad now, folks, but obviously I can't let it play any longer than that. But that's not too bad now. That's probably about as best as it's going to get. But I think that'll do. I'll give the heads a clean and stuff before I put it back in its case. I'll give the heads a clean. I mean, you can clean them with it in its case. But the good thing about this machine is you can put it in vertical or horizontal. What I might do, I might have it vertical. See how I feel when I put it back together. But you can have it either way. There's a few other things you can have either way as well. Well, not going into that one, but we've got it all pretty much sus now, folks, and I'll give you a final look when I put it together. You know, we'll get it together in a minute. Hey folks, I've got my daughter in the other room on the phone. Let's hope that this is now right. Hey, right, so we'll put it into play. Oh, hang on. That was a bit worrying. Had those switches up. That's okay. Rewind. Yeah. Fast forward. That's now working. Right, I'll tell you what, folks, it's all done. It no longer has to build up, as you can see. Straight away. Rewind's dead quick. And fast forward's dead quick. And you heard the record before when it was in pieces. So, you know, I've adjusted the back tension. It now records better. It seems to sound better on playback. It records better at 3 1/4, which is what I want. Because, you know, I might want to use 3 1/4. So it's handy to know it'll work. So yeah, that's. I will order a new set of belts for it. It's got to be done. But for now, folks, that is the end of the video on the Sony TC 377 reel-to-reel tape recorder, or tape recorder as they call it. The Mr. Record bit out, I don't know why. Anyway, that's it done, folks. It can go back and live where it normally lives. And there we go. Thanks for watching. More to come later.